but this is not normal. This is properly slippery. Like, I'm in third gear and I can just probably get some well, it's a very wet Monday in November. We've probably only got a couple of hours of light left, but I'm having fun, and that's because I'm in an MX5. This is not the first car I've taken on track. In fact, it's the 5th, but I think it's the most fun. Woohoo! Might get in trouble for that. Moving on. In fact, this is the second slowest car I think I've had that I've taken on track. The reason why it's so much fun is not to do with its speed. Bit of understeer there. Don't usually get understeer, but I am today. It's quite wet. Whoop, a little bit oversteer as well. It's really, the reason why it's so much fun is because it's so neutral. You don't get loads of oversteer, you don't get loads of understeer. You kind of can have on demand as and when you wish. You need to take this corner slowly. This one is properly slippery today. So yeah, I'm already getting understeer here, but this is not normal. This is properly slippery. Like, I'm in third gear and I can just probably get some oversteer there, and yes, that was not intentional. And that's how slippery it is. Third gear, little bit of throttle, and I nearly spun out, and I've got a sign saying no drifting, so sorry. Yep, went a bit far there. Probably best not trying to drift on that little bit of the slippery circuit in third gear. 4 degrees outside as well. The alarm just went off to tell me it's 4 degrees, but I'm not bothered. Yes, I'll behave. I'll stop going sideways, because I did nearly lose it. I'll just continue having fun. That's 5th. Start braking, down into 4th. That should do it. Let's cut this apex. Can feel the front end and the back end just moving around, and I don't feel scared. I did earlier. I thought I was going to spin it. Just about recovered it. But there we go. This is probably why I've done more track days in this car than any other car, and it's not that expensive. Consumables, they last all right. These tyres, I've had them on a while, I can't actually remember. Brake pads seem to last a little bit sideways there, tiny bit intentional, to be honest. Brake pads seem to last about 5 track days. That's DS2500s. I've got XP10s by Carbotech on at the moment. Interested to see how long they last, because they're a bit more money. The brakes are good. You don't need to upgrade the actual brakes to take this on track. Just put some good quality track brake pads in with some new discs and switch the pads and discs between road and track, and you'll have all the braking you need. So you know you can go sideways in an MX5 when it's wet, but can you do it in the dry? Well, you can, it's just a lot harder. Here I tried to slide the car in the dry. Drivers with better skills could start the slide earlier and hold it for longer, but I find that if I go sideways for much longer than this, I get told off, and if you get told off too many times, you get kicked off. So even with only 205 Newton meters of torque and grippy tyres, you can slide a standard MX5 in the dry. What I love about this car is I take it to track days and I just enjoy myself. I'm not worried about it breaking down. I actually have a lot of faith in the engine and gearbox and differential, even though Mazda seem to have less faith than I do. Don't go sideways, Richard. Don't go sideways. Naughty, naughty boy. Don't do it. I'll get told off again. They might kick me off the circuit. Something that can be mildly frustrating about this car is it's not fast in a straight line. That does not affect how fun the car is. In fact, I think we're making a mistake getting all these very powerful cars. The only reason why cars are getting faster and faster is because the manufacturer has to bring out a faster model. The next one needs to be quicker, and then it gets to the point where it's just getting a bit serious. It's all a bit too fast. Maybe if we had a slightly slower car that we could drive a bit harder, that might be more fun. But going back to where being a bit slow in a straight line can be mildly frustrating is, well, you pretty much can't overtake anyone on the straight unless they let you past, which is not normally a problem. If I catch someone in the corners, They usually pull over and let me pass on the straight because they know I'm going to be quicker overall throughout the circuit. But every so often I catch someone in the corners and they don't let me pass on the straight. They zoom off on the straight, I catch them again, and it's kind of annoying because I have to keep going around the corners slow. So when that happens, I just tend to go into the pits and maybe go back out again or have a little cool down and then come out later. So it's not a big issue, but it is a very mild frustration. Would be nice to have a little bit more legs in some situations. Oh, this is slippery. Oh, yeah, those wheels were sliding there a little bit. But as for, would I be having any more fun in a more powerful car? Absolutely not. What's fun about driving around here is that I'm on the limit of traction. My tyres are sliding and I'm having to work the car to get it around. That's the enjoyable bit for me. Everyone's different, I guess, but that's what I like doing. I like this bit though. And brake. Whoa! These brakes, they do work. And then maintaining as much speed as I can through this little chicane. Oh, it feels so good. Just feel the tyres just moving around, and depending on how much I press the gas pedal depends on how much the back end moves and the front end digs in. It's I can't explain it. It's just a good feeling. Probably should be in second here because I'm talking the camera. I've lost the plot a little bit. Third gear. Is that going to make a difference? Yeah, that makes a difference. Second gear would have been a bit faster there. Not much though. But anyway, if you want to take one of these on track, you're going to have fun. You probably won't be the fastest car on circuit, but you won't be. But the fact that it's reliable means you'll get a lot of track time. You won't keep breaking down. And as a result, that should improve your driving skills because you actually get to stay on the circuit for longer. And the car never complains. It just keeps going. Oh look, I'm catching up a car. What's that, a Porsche 944? Green one, an old one. Might be quicker than that in a straight line, but that is probably as old as I am. And I'm born in 1987, so I'm not exactly old, but neither am I a spring chicken anymore either. Yeah, I think he's taking it easy, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that car could go, no, come on. Thought I wasn't going to get past him for a moment. Then he started accelerating. Yeah, I did get past. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be though, given how slow he was through the bend. I actually quite like the sound of this car on track. What do you think? I've only got a lapel mic on at the moment, but I don't think it sounds bad. It's not loud. Don't need it to be. I can hear it. But I don't think it makes a bad sound. It's smooth, crisp, no buzzes or vibrations that come through the car. Just wants you to rev it as high as you like, or as high as the red line at least. Doesn't really mind where you put the revs. It's happy. Obviously it makes more power the higher you put the revs, but it's never really moaning. Oh yeah, I've got a brake, haven't I? Here we go. That's quite a surprising amount of braking in the wet. Very wet today. Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, very good tyres, give me a lot of faith and confidence. They do need a little bit of temperature in them though. I find when I go out and it's cold, they're a bit sketchy, but after about a lap or two, it's all good. Well, that's a Porsche 911 something, GTS? Big wing one, red one with a big wing. Can I keep up? Well, let's see. If I don't go sideways, I might. No, he's gone. All right, let's see what I do through here then. Is he getting away through this corner? What do you think? I think he is. Into the straight. Can I keep up? No, no, it's not happening. Bye bye. Bye bye. 991911. I think that's what that one is anyway. Oh, I'm catching him now. Brake! Oh yes. Oh, maybe I've caught him in this one. Come on, keep going. Oh no, and he gets away in the straight. How about this bend? Don't go too fast, don't get cocky. I don't want to spin into this grass, it's not going to be nice. Haven't spun this car on track yet. Was sliding a bit there. Not doing too bad, but he's just got into some traffic, I guess. That's the thing I've noticed about the slower car. The slower car is seconds round the circuit slower. So although that's a big difference when you're racing, and obviously you get round the circuit a lot more quickly, I've had faster cars. I'm not sure if I ever found them more fun. I don't think I did. So I'm going to stick with this one for a while and save my money on tyres and brakes, because the tyres and brakes on this cost about, spit it out Richard, bit busy with the sliding malarkey there. The tyres and brakes on this car cost about half that of that Porsche, probably less than half. Means I can afford more fun little track days. Now I should probably start concentrating on my driving, because it is very slippery, and yes, talking and driving does take a bit of concentration away. Mini Clubman. John Cooper works, I guess. Probably third gear we best here. Can I out accelerate a Mini Clubman? Probably not in the best gear. Let's go. Come on. Come on. 7,000 revs, up a gear. It does go to 7.5, but I find changing up at 7 to 7.5 is equal. Yeah, I'm kind of level pegging with this Clubman. Oh, a little bit of aquaplaning on that wet stuff. Oops. Yeah, I'm not getting past him. But let's see what happens here. Whoa, he slowed down a lot more than I expected there. Probably should have kept a bit more distance there. That's a lot slower than I usually go through that bit. So, is this Mazda MX5 ND with 181 brake horsepower, is it too slow for the track? Well, yes, actually. If your goal is to be faster than everybody else and be overtaking everyone, this is not the car for the job. Doesn't matter how well you drive it, there's going to be a powerful Porsche or BMW that's going to come past you. If your goal, though, is to have a well-balanced car that can do a neat lap, can slide, feels good to drive, and is affordable and reliable, that 2-litre engine, I've not heard anyone complain about any problems. Early gearboxes were a problem on the 2016 model. Be careful of those, but they seem to resolve the issue. But in general, the car, mechanically, is very reliable and affordable. For that reason, this car is very good for a track day tour, because you get more time behind the wheel to improve your skills and have more fun. Also, it's affordable when it comes to brakes. I don't recommend taking a car on track with road brakes. It can be dangerous. Road brakes can suffer severe fade, and you can get judder when you press the brake pedal, because you get too much pad transfer to the disc as they overheat. So you do want track pads at least when you go on track. You can get Rodison pads for £200 and they'll do you 2 days. They're not the best pad, no, but they work. They're going to be safe. You're not going to be worried about them, but they're not the best value, because I only got 2 days out of mine. So they actually worked out one of the most expensive pads. Ferodo DS2500s, you can get them for around about £360 now, and I've gone through 2 sets of those. Performance wise, they're similar to the Rodison pads, but I got 5 to 6 days. We got 5 days out of one set and 6 days out of another set, so they actually worked out better value for money. At the moment, I've got Carbotech XP10 pads on, and they're more expensive. They were £440. I've only done 2 days yet. They're definitely a better pad in terms of power and modulation, pedal feel. They're gorgeous. They're ceramic Kevlar. I think that's a similar type of pad you use with carbon ceramic discs, but I'm using them obviously on steel discs. You can't get carbon ceramic discs on this car, not that you'd want to on track days. They're just really expensive, although they are lighter, which is an advantage. But I'll reserve my judgment until I've actually used all of the pad, or down to that minimum 4mm that they recommend on this one, to see what value for money they provide. Because usually the more expensive pads are actually cheaper because they last longer, meaning you spend less. But yes, this car, it is too slow for track if you want to be the fastest, but it's definitely not too slow if you want to have loads of fun. I've had the car for 3 years now. 3 years and a month. It's due an update. I will be doing a 3-year review soon. I'll tell you what's gone wrong, and I'll tell you about my warranty dispute with Mazda. They thought something was wrong with the car. and it wasn't, but there was nothing wrong, but it's a very minor problem that was easy to fix. But they were like, nope, don't want anything to do with that. You've taken it on track, which I was disappointed with, but I'll talk about that in that video. If you want to watch the video, subscribe. If you like the video, give it a like. And until the next one, cheerio.